Among the hundreds of students who passed through his classrooms, Noah Hobbs, Mankato West High School class of 2007, who joins me now. It's great of you to come on the show. How you doing, Noah?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so in his speech last night, Tim Walz, your old teacher, and by the way, his wife Gwen also taught, I think, for 29 years, said, don't ever underestimate teachers. So who is the teacher you knew in the high school classroom?
Yeah, Mr. Walz has been my favorite teacher in high school and many of my classmates as well. And I think hopefully everyone watching has a favorite teacher, and you can look at those traits and turn it up to 11 with Mr. Walz. I was a C-ish type student, and Mr. Walz paid as much attention to me as our 4.0 or A student classmates. And I think it's just really important when you're age 14, 15, to have an adult outside of your family that cares and has that much interest in you and seeing you succeed, not only in their classroom, but other classrooms as well.
I don't know if you can see what is on TV right now, but the vice president and Tim Walz are just landing in Eau Claire, where they're going to have a rally later. But there are a bunch of kids waiting for them, and he's been bending down and talking to the kids. There are lots of stories about his interactions. There was a story that he hosted sort of Jeopardy-style tournaments at the school, that he invited other teachers to debate him on current events, kind of setting an example. Again, I don't know if you can see this, but his interactions with the kids are like, they're going on for a little bit. How do you think he's going to do going out into the rest of the country and maybe even debating J.D. Vance?
Yeah, I mean, I think Mr. Walz is certainly unique in the ability to take complex ideas or theories and boil it down for 14 to 15-year-olds could understand. And I think that is a great asset to have in the country, but also just his genuine, I mean, you can see in the video right now, genuine happiness and joy, and he exudes that in just everything that he does, and it's infectious. And I think it's really great to share Mr. Walz with the rest of the nation, and just his joyful nature and his ability to connect with people in a meaningful way.
You know, it's interesting what you say about taking complex ideas, because there was a column in the in the LA Times today talking about teachers generally, and this is part of what it says. Anyone who has stood in front of a classroom of high school students at pretty much any hour of the school day knows there is no tougher constituency or audience in the world. You need someone to stare down bratty antics or blow up misinformation. As Walz has already proved, a good teacher can do it mid-sentence without blinking before returning to a lecture on westward expansion. Tell me a little more about the teacher you knew, his reputation, and I don't know how much you're still in touch with your old friends from high school, but what the conversations have been like over the last 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, the conversations with friends from high school have been constant texts, phone calls, just excitement and proud of Mr. Walz and all of this. And then also, talking to my dad, still lives in Mankato, just the excitement of folks, older than I'm 35, older than me, just to have, local boy made good. But just an incredible teacher in the way that he approaches his job with energy every single day, dedicated, to his classmates, his students and my classmates. I did a 100 Cup of Coffee project when I was on the Duluth City Council, which certainly was inspired by Mr. Walz, and he was the 100th cup, which is that photo that you're seeing right now. And so he drove up from St. Paul as governor, heard about it and wanted to partake. And so he still, cares long beyond the student-teacher relationship. And I can't say enough kind things about Mr. Walz.
Well, you have, I think, won over any number of C-ish students from high school. There are a lot of them. But no, it really is appreciated that you took the time to talk to us. Thank you.